Hello everyone, this is Nisha here and I am back. Today we'll see a step-by-step process of how to make candles at home. These can be labeled as hand-poured candles, which are typically made in smaller batches and have more and more of artisan feel. So you can be creative. You will be making some soya candles. Unlike paraffin wax, it doesn't give any kind of black soot when it's burned. So one of the biggest benefit of soya wax is it burns very nicely and clearly. It gives a nice aroma effect. So let's start. These are some of the jars that I'll show you which can be used, which are easily available at home, but make sure the mouth of the jar is little wide so that the candle burns properly. These are glass jars, various designs, which is available in local markets nearby you. These are fancy items which can be used if available at home, or you can buy from market, and these are not so expensive as well. You can even use this kind of glass, decorative glasses, for candle making. These are again one kind of bowls which are available in local markets, and you can pour candles in them. And what else I have? This is one kind of jar that somebody gifted me. It's with a cap, and yes, even the candle made in this would look lovely. See, it's little beautiful design and the lines given in it. And this are the some glasses. If suppose you had 6 or 7 glasses set and then one or two breaks, so the remaining sets you can use to make candles as well for gifting somebody, or you can use them. These are small mason jars which are again can be used as small gifting candles. Candles make a perfect gift actually, which cheer up the mood and smells delightful. So let's start making some candles and see what all we need. This is a coconut shell which I'm going to use. This is polished from outside and it has a small stand. It's polished from inside as well, and it has a small stand which keeps it straight so it doesn't fall. It's not leaning here and there. Yes. And the other one that we will be using is a earthen pot made with yes, and it is given a beautiful shape of a tortoise, so when poured in this candle would be a it would be a great gift to give somebody. So let's start, and we'll see other things that we require with this. It's not only these things that can be used for making candles. So let's see, this is soya wax. Soya wax are different type of are used for different kind of candle makings. Soya wax has a benefit that it burns very slowly than paraffin wax, so you get a longer time to use the candle, and it doesn't eliminate any black soot while burning. So candle made with soya wax burns clear and result is less soot. So yes, that's the reason we are going to use soya wax. And here is the wooden wick, which is very unique thing that burns wider and slower than the standard wick. It also has a small steel stand with it, which you can just use. This is a wick which crackles while they burn, so wood wicks helps create a feeling of a mini campfire, which I like, at least for my personally. A natural solution for wicks that doesn't include any zinc or any unwanted burning compounds. And this is a small stand which is given to it, which keeps it steady, and you don't have to jungle with, you don't need a stand with it. You just have to keep it and it stays straight while pouring, so you don't mess around, you don't feel any need of any stand or holding sticks or anything. Then the other one that is normally used are, this is a different so normally the other one is the standard wig which we get in the market. These are its small stands which keeps on its holding. This comes in various sizes. It comes with a little steel plate under it, which you need to stick it under the jar that you are making, and then the steel stand keeps it little firm and steady so that it doesn't move here and there, and it stays straight while the candle is drying up. So once the wax gets hard, you can remove this, otherwise you have to keep it in this. So generally I take wig with waxing, which has waxing in it, because it helps a better burn. You don't need to wax the wig, it is pre-waxed actually. So if you make your own wig, you need to wax it. Otherwise, wigs are normally braided trades that vaporizes the moment you light it. So let's start. Let's see how this is made. It's a simple process, and it's not a rocket science. You just have to be patient, and you have to understand the temperatures and everything while making this. So let's start. I'll just measure. This is my steel jar in which I'm going to melt the wax. I work on inductions generally when I'm waxing, or you can even double boil if you are not that great with temperature handling. These are different fragrances that I'm going to use. The first one was Christmas, and the second one is pumpkin spice. The first one is Christmas spice, and the second one is pumpkin spice from Brambleberry. So yeah, these fragrances are totally different, and I love them, especially in candles, because it gives you an aromatic feeling. These type of candles are also known as aroma candles, and I love that word, aroma, in itself, because yes, these candles when hand poured, you know how much aroma fragrance you are adding, the aroma that's going to come, the fragrance, you can even blend them. So here I am pouring and measuring my soya wax. So once the wax is measured, I'll just double boil it and melt the wax properly, so that there are no clumps or soya wax remained inside it, and it's in a pouring consistency. So here I am back. Once it is, you can see it is melted very nicely, and there are no clumps or there is no wax remained inside it. Now I just have to do is I have to divide it into two parts. As you can see, we are going to make two candles, so I'll just divide it into two equal parts. Yes, I'm kind of measuring it. Sometimes these kind of small mini weight measurements doesn't work properly, so I'll just divide into two equal part. Oops. And then add the fragrance to it. While adding fragrance, you have to keep in mind that the wax which is melted is not on a very high temperature, because otherwise the fragrance would just burn. So you have to keep on tracking the temperature as well while making a candle and melting the waxes. I have to just keep on stirring it, so that I'll give it a 1 minute stir. Till then I'll just place my wick inside it. See, it's so easy to use this. Unlike the other thread ones, it's a difficult task to use that one. This is so easy. Just hold it and you just have to keep it standing inside, and then you can just pour the wax and you're done. But yeah, everybody has their own choices. I love this one. Now I'll add a little color to this. These are different wax colors that I use. These are brought from different places from US. These are some from candle making suppliers, and some from different things. What color I'm going to use is for the mixed spice, because in this the fragrance that I'm going to add is pumpkin spice. So I'm kind of going to use a little yellowish color, and these wax colors are so good that only one piece you need, a little wax color you need, and you are gone, you are done. You don't need much of the colors or cosmetics inside it. These are also made with wax. So just a pinch, you can say, or just a piece. See how much I'm taking. Just a pinch, and you just have to dissolve it nicely, because now the temperature is little high, so you can do that, and it will just melt inside it. I always use a stick which is of wooden to stir it and all, because again steel or glass, if you will use, the waxes will stick to it, and then you'll not be able to use it properly. So yeah, we are done with the colors. See, so many colors I have here, and I have more colors I also have from Nature's Garden, some colors beneath that. I was actually looking for a perfect yellow, but then it's fine. That yellow which I added is also perfect. So it's dissolved properly. I'll keep it aside. Sorry. Now I'll start working with this. I have already added the color The temperature is perfect. The color is also okay. If you want to check the color, many a times you don't come to know because it is hot and liquid. So you can just grab a tissue paper around and just drop 2 or 3 drops of wax on it and let it settle, and you'll come to know that what color is going to come after it is dried up. But generally you just not get that perfect idea, though I don't do this, it's just to show you guys. Because yes, it's there is no hard and fast rule to use so and so amount of color or something. Now I'm done with this, and I'll add the fragrance to it. The temperature is also perfect. Remember, the temperature should not be too high, because if it's too high, the wax is too high temperature, the fragrance will not give that good aroma. So that's the reason I'm again and again talking about the fragrances, temperature, sorry. So here I've done with this. I have added the fragrance, and I'll just mix it thoroughly so that it is incorporated into it properly. Now time to pour it. Very slowly and steadily you have to pour it. No rush. Be calm while doing this. Because it is hot, you can burn yourself, you can spoil the place that you're working. So no worries, just be calm and just pour it slowly. Because this is a wooden wig, you can aram se place it later on also. Just stay steady. See, it's a very simple process to do this. Here is my small boomerangs, and they are looking perfect. So here we have to, now we'll keep this aside, and we need to follow the same procedure of but in this I'm not going to add any color, so I'll just make it little fast. I wish in real life also I would be so fast. So I'll just add fragrance to it because the temperature is perfect, and I'll just pour it into this coconut shell, and we are gone. We are done. We are gone. We are gone. So yes, now we'll wait for it to dry up, and let's see the results. Here it is. Isn't it looking awesome?